Let me tell you something right now. The Washington Commanders are in the middle of a complete transformation. And I mean from the bottom up. We're talking new state-of-the-art locker rooms, upgraded meeting rooms, dedicated nutrition center, and even a practice bubble. They're not renovating. They're rebuilding how this franchise operates and feels. This isn't subtle. This is a full-blown organizational overhaul that shows they're finished with excuses, finished with the same old mediocrity. You heard right. The Commanders rolled out new facilities this week during training camp. Mind you, training camp of a team that came this close to the NFC Championship last year. They didn't just slap paint on old lockers. They built communal spaces with drying systems, better storage, modernized lockers, a nutrition center where players can get tailored meals and recovery aids, and a new practice bubble, climate controlled, safe, consistent all year round. This is next level. This is bold. This tells the NFL Washington means business. And let me break it down for you. Building fancy facilities doesn't guarantee wins. But what it does guarantee is showing cardinal respect for the athletes, for the culture, for the message. This says, we care about your body. We care about your mind. We care about your environment. And when players feel that they play harder, they play smarter. They play as a unit. Now couple that with what's happening on the field. The Commanders are expecting big things from that rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels. I already told you how his leg scare shook the building last week, but after all that, he's still showing signs of elite readiness. And now there's a new dynamic addition. Deebo Samuel came in, bringing experience, explosiveness, and toughness. He's already clicking with Daniels in camp. Those upgrades matter, not just in talent, but in presence. Meanwhile, internal competitions across multiple positions are heating up. Rookie tackle Josh Conerly Jr. is pushing starter Andrew Wiley day after day. Safety Quan Martin and corner Trey Amos are stepping up opposite veteran Martian Lattimore. Second-year linebacker Jordan McGee is showing real growth. That intra-squad competition is what builds a team, not just a roster, but a unit with depth and resilience. Add to that the looming contract situation with Terry McLaurin, the star, wide receiver still holding out, and you've got a lot of tension in that locker room. But the Commanders are projecting confidence that they Iliel Hezolviet. They want to keep that veteran presence strong. Experience matters. Leadership matters. Let me tell you what all of this means. The Commanders are building out culture that's physical, mental, and operational. They're spring cleaning the entire organization, facility-wise, staff-wise, and they're heading into training camp with real expectation, real hunger, and real structure. And they don't get to call themselves contenders unless they operate like contenders on and off the field. But as always, talkie's cheap. You can build the nicest buildings in the league, hire the flashiest staff, bring in big-name players, but if you don't win when the lights are on, none of it matters. That's the real test. Can this upgraded facility, this reorganized culture, this energetic roster actually deliver in the NEC, the next elite chapter for Washington? Are they done losing because they just beat Detroit in the playoffs last year? They beat Tampa Bay for their first playoff win since 2005. They reached the NFC Championship for the first time since 1991. That momentum is real. But now it's preseason camp. This is where momentum either accelerates or stalls. And here's the kicker. Negotiations for the potential redevelopment of RFK Stadium site are heating up. The city council is on the verge of approving a vote in early August. That's not about uniforms or wins. That's about creating a real home, a real identity for this franchise. Again, that lands a vote of confidence across DC. That means leadership at the top is walking the walk. That's not easy. That's political. That's pressure, but they're in it. That pressure could either break them or push them to greatness. Now, I'm not saying all this means they're headed to the Super Bowl next February. That's not how it works. But if any team in the NFC East had better backups, better depth, better balance, this is the time to prove it. This organization has a chance to rebrand itself literally and spiritually. But let's keep it real. Jayden Daniels still needs protection. That offensive line is still a work in progress. He can't take hits like week 1 in New Orleans, especially not against aggressive pass rushers. So while they rebuilding this culture, they have to keep him clean. The risk is real. The reward is bigger, but the margin for error is thin. And make no mistake, all the shine in the world won't help if key players don't stay healthy. Laremy Tunsil is a leader on that line. Bobby Wagner still anchors that defense, and they're expecting big year after 30 if they go down, if the trenches crumble. That culture doesn't hold up. That promise falls apart. But if this organization sustains what it's building now, elite facilities, competitive camp, rising young talent, coaching, accountability, stadium momentum, they can actually be one of the league's most improved teams in 2025. They can rewrite their history books. They can shift the narrative from perpetual disappointment to organized contenders. So bottom line, watch this space. The Commanders are doing more than upgrading lockers. They're upgrading the entire ecosystem. And if Don Quinn, Jayden Daniels, Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin, and that entire staff can stay locked, disciplined, and focused, this could be the dawn of a new, respected era for Washington football. But again, talk is cheap. The real proof comes when that stadium vote passes, when the pads come on against a rival, when September hits and they're standing across the line from an opponent and they deliver. This is bigger than hype. This is about building an identity through action, through structure, through excellence. And the Commanders are laying bricks right now. Let's see if they can build something that lasts.